Hi friends, Angie Matson-Stegall, Wayfinder here. Today I want to talk about something that maybe none of us want to talk about very much, and that is suffering. The funny thing is, I love suffering. I mean, I don't love the act of suffering, but I think suffering is so interesting because what it is information. It is information that we are either going in the wrong direction or we are going in no direction at all, and we are just sitting and swirling and spinning and suffering in confusion and stuckness and frustration and all of these things that are trying to tell us, it's time to go a different way. It's time to do something different. I've recently had some wayfinding journeys with lovely, lovely women who came to me because each of them was feeling some amount of suffering. They were stuck in a role that they didn't like. They were stuck doing work that just wasn't right. Or they were stuck in a role that was like too much of the wrong thing. So I believe that when we look at suffering, that's my kitty cat, sorry. When we look at suffering as really good information, we can begin asking new questions. And sometimes there's just one question that either we can ask ourselves or that can be asked of us using a good coach or a mentor or even a friend, that can change our perspective so radically and so differently that it escorts the confusion and the frustration and the suffering right out the door. Bye-bye. It happened recently. I was talking with my client Fran, and she's okay that I talk about our session together. She is in a role, in a job, a job, that when she took it, everybody agreed on what it would be, and then it turned out not to be that. And there's no blame or shame around it. It just turned out not to be what she thought it would be and what was, I don't want to say promised, but what was expected. And it was through no fault of her own. So we'll leave it at that. And we talked because she was stuck and frustrated. And she said, I need to find a new role. And whether that's another job, a job, or whether that is me looking for self-employment, I'm not sure which direction to take. And so we spent some time unpacking kind of the pros and cons and looking at some limiting beliefs she had around a job, some really limiting beliefs she had around being self-employed, and we looked at some limiting beliefs she had about her own gifts and talents. And it was interesting because once we started digging into her own limiting beliefs around her gifts and talents, suddenly she started talking differently. And I asked her, I said, Fran, it sounds to me like there's something that you're interested in. There's something that you actually know that you already want to do. And then she shared with me this beautiful vision for this role that she wanted with this organization that she wanted to work for. And it was this fully formed vision. And I was like, why are we here? Why are we talking? And she was like, I just don't know if I can do that. And so part of my genius is seeing the stuckness and directly addressing it and opening up new possibilities. And I did that for her, and I showed her what I saw could be possible for her with this idea, with this organization. And she got quiet for a minute, and then she started crying. And she said, Angie, she said, I never saw that possibility before. I never believed that it could be true. And so in just 1 second, her perspective shifted and everything changed. And so now she is kicking ass and taking names in researching this organization she wants to work for, in putting together her resume, in putting together some writing pieces, which is what she's brilliant at, so that she can approach this organization and say, here's what I have to offer, here's what I think it can do for you, and here are some pieces that I think we can start with. So one question can change everything. And it's that change in perspective, that opening of possibility, that can take people, it can take you from confusion and stuckness and frustration and escort those things right out the door so that you're standing in the land of possibility. So I am Angie Matson-Stegall, and I am a wayfinder. And if I can help you move from frustration and suffering and stuckness into a land of possibility, God, I would love to do that for you. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. You can go to my website, angiestegall.com, ANGIESTEGALL.com, and sign up for a clarity session. It's complimentary. There's no obligation. And we'll talk together for 30 minutes and see if we can get you some clarity. See if we can identify your real place of stuckness so that you can then take